You know what Islamic science is. It is synonymous with the claims made by Muslims who try to proselytize Islam. It is synonymous with the claims of the Big Bang, black hole, modern embryology, etc. being in the Quran. Such claims of scientific foreknowledge, whether made by the Christians or Muslims or Hindus, are foolish and silly. What they all share in common is their desperation to catch up with the modern world that is rendering religion obsolete. However, this does not mean that there is no such thing as Islamic science. Science, after all, is a body of knowledge. So in that sense, what is Islamic science? What kind of knowledge does the true religion of all-powerful, all-knowing Allah have for us? Well, see for yourself.
Aisha anha, she narrates, she says, magic or sihr or witchcraft, will be using the term sihr. In English you can say magic or witchcraft. And the sahir is the person who does the sihr. The magician or the wizard or the witch will be using this term sahir, and sihr is the actual thing which is performed. That sihr was done on Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And who did this sihr? Ibrahim replies, Labid ibn Asam. And in what did he do it? Jibreel replies, by using the comb and the hairs which come from the comb, and he put it in the trunk of the date palm. Labid ibn Asam, he was a Yahud. He was from the best magicians of the Yahud. And the Yahud, you should know, they are the most proficient people in sihr. That we believe in sihr, it is real. It is not only illusion. The illusion sihr, it is one part of sihr. And then there's the sihr which affects somebody, meaning somebody can get sick. Somebody can even die by sihr.
As far as black magic is concerned, there is something like black magic. The Quran mentions that in Surah Falaq, mentioned Surah Baqarah, there is black magic, it does exist. But we should not involve in black magic. We should not do it.
This is the advice I put to the Muslim women. It is possible for you to do sihr on your husband by purifying yourself. And these days, they beautify it. They make you Harry Potter. Harry Potter is the hero. The magician is the hero now, right?
Okay, so voodoo is real. And how are you going to protect yourself now? Well, the Prophet said that if you eat 7 ajwa dates every morning, you cannot be affected by voodoo. It gets better. You cannot be affected by poison either. Yeah, please don't try that. Please do not try that.
What are the jinns? But as far as jinn is concerned, the two creation, one is the seen and one is the unseen creation. The angels don't have a free will of their own. Whatever Allah says, they believe. The human being and a jinn, they have a free will. They can either obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or they can disobey. So amongst the creation who have a free will are the human being and the jinn. The human being, the seen creatures, the jinn normally they are unseen. So therefore the Quran was revealed for the complete world, including the jinn and the human being. Similarly the jinns, those who obey Allah's commandment, they are good jinns and the bad jinns. The bad jinns are the Satan. And so there are jinn. Science hasn't reached that far to completely identify this concept. So therefore in science, there is no 100% proof jinns are there, but neither is there proof that there are no jinns. Science hasn't reached that far. Maybe inshallah 20 years later, 30 years later, 100 years later, science will advance and they will agree with the concept of the Quran. Jinn exists, a human being can be possessed. There can be possibilities that actually a jinn may have come and black magic may have taken place. In that case, you can follow the guidance of Quran and Sunnah. You can go to a person who is an expert in this field.
وعندما يكون عمرها في سن الزهور يعني 14 سنة أو 13 سنة ويخرج منها هذا، يعني طبعا هذا شيء يعتبر شيء غير طبيعي وغير يعني ما يمكن حدوثه في جوف الإنسان، ولكن هذا حدث. أو أن هي مجموعة كبيرة يا أخي الكريم، هي هذه شوفها
كلها خرجت من طفلة 14 سنة.
كل هذه شوفها
هذه
The jinn can also help fortune tellers with immediate information, like somebody is coming to them and they may get information about that person before the person reaches there. So you may go to see a fortune teller and he will tell you, or she will tell you, what your name is, what the name of your parents are, how old you are, what country you came from, etc., etc. That type of information is quite easy and quite accurate for them to get. And Islam is strictly against them. In fact, the instruction that the companions followed when they went into the lands as Islam spread out of Arabia was to execute magicians. By understanding that the jinn can possess objects and even human beings, we can understand also many of the things which are taking place in the world today. We spoke about flying saucers before, that this, what is true amongst it, may be from the world of the jinn, as well as the things of what they call haunted houses, ghosts, etc., all of these experiences that people experience around the world, which they have no explanation for, that easily we can understand the role of the jinn in this matter. Or the jinn are able to come into our dreams. They're able to give us bad dreams, etc., and to implant ideas and thoughts which we might think are our own. Exorcisms have taken place. And in other religious systems, exorcism also takes place. And from an Islamic perspective, it is recognized as being valid, that people may be possessed. In fact, in the Prophet ﷺ's time, a child was given to him who was possessed, and he blew in the child's mouth and told the being that was in the child to get out, enemy of Allah, and later the child was cured. This is a clear evidence of exorcism. It exists also in the time of Prophet Jesus, the records remaining in the Gospels of Jesus exorcising people who are possessed. The only acceptable way is according to the Islamic way, which is the recitation of the Quran, or different prayers seeking refuge in Allah, which have been taught to us by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The jinn may cause us physical harm. We protect ourselves by
مجلة تايم الأمريكية في 31 يوليو 1995 نشرت هذه الصورة لأبحاث جرت حول الدماغ ووظيفة الدماغ عند الرجل وعند المرأة. يتكلم الرجل يشتغل مركز الكلام، وإذا تذكر الرجل اشتغل مركز الذاكرة. كما تكلمت المرأة فقد يشتغل الجزء الذي كان فيه الذاكرة بالكلام فتضيع المعلومة.
Maybe that guy was just a radical extremist who does not represent the views of the majority of Muslims. Or maybe not. The Prophet said that most of the people in hell are going to be women. And this is because there is no one more deficient in intelligence and religion than women.
يقول صلى الله عليه وسلم إن المرأة ما رأيت من ناقصات عقل ودين أذهب للب الرجل الحازم من إحداكن. هذه الأحاديث من أعظم الأدلة على حماية الإسلام للمرأة وكفالته لحقوقها وإحاطتها بسياج من الشفقة والرحمة، حيث بيّنت أن الاعوجاج في المرأة من أصل الخلقة.
Satan stays in your nose, it takes a leak in your ears, and it lives in your toilet. The sun goes around the planet. Drinking camel pee is really good for you. There are some snakes that can make you blind and cause women to have miscarriages just by looking at the snake. If a disbelieving kafir bastard catches a snake, he's probably gonna kill it or call animal control. But if you're a Muslim, you should talk to the snake first, and it just might listen to you. If a fly falls into your drink, do not throw it away like the crazy infidels would. Take your dirty fingers and push that fly inside the drink. Then you can drink it safely, because the Prophet said, one of the wings carries the disease while the other carries the cure. And this is exactly why nobody has ever died from cholera or typhoid.